Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do research time for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the designer perfume house of Jean Patou. Jean Patou is one of the oldest designer brands from France, from Paris. They've been around for more than 150 years, and in terms of perfumes they've been around for more than 100 years. So they are one of the most established perfume makers in France. They are quite popular, and especially their ladies line are very popular. This one in particular is from their heritage line. Basically this is 100 years old perfume which was brought back after it was discontinued for many years. And this heritage line is heritage collection. There are about 12-15 perfumes in there, and they're all from their old catalog of perfumes from 1920s to 1950s. This particular one is from 1930s and it's called Jean Patou Colony EDP 100ml. Originally it was targeted for ladies, but with this new rendition of it is targeted unisex, and I absolutely agree with it. It's completely unisex. Anybody can wear it, ladies and men. I wore it for the last 2 days and I was absolutely mesmerized by it. So in terms of presentation, as you can see, although this is a tester bottle and the box is simple, but the bottle is very good looking. It's a classical bottle. It's a very French looking bottle, and it's very thick and dense, and everything about it shouts quality. So for the price is very good. These the heritage line is retails for £150, but the good news is if you are interested in United Kingdom, where I live, you can find it under £60. For that price, this is a bargain. In other parts of the world, if you are interested, do your research, Google it and see if it comes up and how much it goes for. But for that price, this is an absolutely a gorgeous fragrance. So first thing first, longevity is very good. On my skin went easily over 8 hours. On t-shirts and materials goes easily over 10 hours. And in terms of projection, I had an arm length of projection for around 2 hours or so, and after that slowly subside. But you just have a good bubble, good cloud and a good trail behind you. I went with 10 sprays of it, and that was ample enough for me to smell it all day. And the next day when I woke up, I could still smell it on the t-shirt. If you want to go outside and people smell you from the other side of the road, probably you need to go up to 12 or 14 sprays of it. So it's very thick and dense and very strong still after 100 years, which is a testimony to the brand Jean Patou. So who's it for? Definitely on the mature side. I would say at least 25 years and older, if not 30 years and older, because obviously this is a century-old perfume, and it is classic, it is old-fashioned, it is old school of perfumery in here. But to me, this is a timeless beauty that is super underrated. So I would say this is for a mature person who's been around perfumes, or a collector. You will appreciate this better than a youngster. In terms of gender, this is bang in the middle, unisex. Anybody can wear it, ladies and men, no problem at all. And in terms of occasion, this is very opulent, so it's very good for going out, special occasion, special occasion, evening, close encounter, dating. You can wear it to wedding and special ceremonies like that as well. Very delicious. And in terms of season, all year round, you can use it in summer, in winter, no problem. The only thing is, if the summer is very high heat, it could be a little bit on the cloying side. So let's get to the perfume itself. The perfume itself, as I said in my first video, reminds me of two fragrances. First is Madame by Rocha, and the other one is Rocha Fime. So these two fragrances are very similar to this, although this one is much older than those two. And also to some extent Grès Cobichard, to some extent, not a copy, not a one-to-one, none of those, but it is a similar category of fragrance to Cobishard by Gress as well. Although this one is much more refined than Cobishard. Cobishard a little bit on the rough side. This one is much more refined and much better blended. Also, to some extent, it reminds me of super iconic perfume from Guerlain, and that is Guerlain Shalimar. Excuse me. So again, not a copy, not 100%, but similar perfumery, similar genre of perfumery, especially the leather is a little bit reminding me of that the perfume which is by Guerlain, and this Shalimar, one of my wife's favorite of all times, and she absolutely loved that, and she got so many bottles of it. This one again, to some extent, reminds me of that one. So imagine these four fragrances, you're getting similar vibe and fragrance and DNA and category of fragrance, this one to those ones. In terms of perfumes, so this is one of the highest quality perfume I smelled from the old school perfumery. So well blended, it's just unbelievable. I'm not sure who is the new perfumer for it, but the original perfumer was called Thomas Frontin, which, you know, he must have been a big name in 1920s and 30s and 40s, because this creation of him is just absolutely on point, very well blended, very well put together. The knowledge of perfumery is absolutely outstanding, and the quality of the perfume itself in terms of ingredients is very high. Easily cost £150 in terms of smell and quality of it. So overall, this is a superbly gorgeous fragrance, very well done, very well put together. It shouts quality from beginning to end. I gave it 10 out of 10 in the first video, and I still stick with it. Just gorgeous to the max, nothing in here to criticize, with one caveat, and that caveat is excuse me, this is not everybody's cup of tea. Although I loved it myself, my wife said yes, she likes it, but for some reason she said something in here that smells to her like a rusty, so what she said, rusty boat or something like that. She says something in here that smells to her like a rusty boat. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very romantic and very poetic. So in here, in terms of notes breakdown, this is according to Fragrantica, we have pineapple, bergamot and orange. Although the note breakdown, I smell everything in the note breakdown, yes, but I smell more stuff which I think they are not basically shortening this list. The reason is because this fragrance, this perfume is layered. It's layered and layered and layered, and it's just complex and is multifaceted, and it's just absolutely amazing. But the note breakdown is minimalistic, so they're not telling you everything in here. For example, I smell a very strong ylang ylang in here, which they're not mentioning, and also to some extent tuberose, which you're not mentioning. So there are many facets of this fragrance that they're not mentioning. There is a boozy aspect, for example, in this fragrance, which again they're not mentioning. So, but according to Fragrantica, we have pineapple, bergamot and orange. Yes, when he opens up with a pineapple and bergamot and orange, and it's very zesty, very fruity and very sweet. The only thing is, the pineapple in here is an old-fashioned pineapple. It's not the modern pineapple. It's nothing like a Credaventus pineapple. This is an old-fashioned one, which is, to me, is better than today's ones, because it smells like fermented fruit, or fruits that are gone bad. Basically, it's just over ripened. You know, it's the pineapple in here is over ripened and it gone a little bit bad. So that's why it maybe smells rustic to my wife, because the fruit in here smells like over ripened fruit. The bergamot and orange, again, old fashioned one. They're not the modern one. Instead of being bright and happy, they are quite dense and thick, and also a little bit on the sweet and sour side of things. The mid, we have clove, nutmeg, jasmine, and rose. Yes, all these are here, but I'm smelling cinnamon, I'm smelling nutmeg definitely, and the clove together, giving it a very warm, spicy aspect, and the jasmine and the rose plus ylang ylang and tuberose, which I'm not mentioning, are giving it a very, very floral aspect, especially white florals. The rose is noticeable, but it's not a huge player. And in the base, we have leather, vetiver, patchouli, and amber. The leather is quite strong in here, and again, this is an old school leather. It's more like suede rather than leather, because it's a very smooth and soft leather. Okay, and the vetiver patchouli here, giving it that little earthiness, camphor feel to it, and also green herbaceous feel to it, little bit of that leafiness to it. And the amber in here is a dense amber, so it's a dense, sweet, sticky, little bit honeyed amber, which is a very, very attractive. So if you like the note breakdown, this is a gorgeous fragrance. But again, this one is to some extent is not blind buy safe. If you like this kind of fragrances and you know it, this is going to be absolutely amazing. If you don't know it and you're just going by the basically by the blind by it without knowing what you're getting in, it could be a little bit too much for you. So to recap quickly, leather, yes, the leather in here is very strong from the get-go to the end, is always leathery, but the leather in here very soft. It's got a little bit of that makeup-y feel to it overall, not too much. I think it might be either iris or violet in here, again they're not mentioning. It's got aspect of powderiness to it, little bit of dustiness to it, little bit of smokiness to it, and also little bit of that woody aspect, which is very, very strong, especially in the dry down. It gets woodier, but the woods are clean. Again, it's a cedar sandalwood combination. Warm spiciness and a fresh spiciness. The fresh spiciness coming from the herbaceous feel to this fragrance, and the warm spiciness is coming from the clove and cinnamon and nutmeg, which is very, very nice in here. The citruses are quite noticeable in the beginning, plus the pineapple give it that fruity aspect, but it is a rustic fruity aspect, means over ripened ones, and woody in the base, quite sweet. The sweetness in here is a little bit more than moderate. It's not a very sweet fragrance, but it is quite noticeable, and it's very, very aromatic. I think there should be something like lavender or maybe violet leaf in here to give it a little bit of aromatic feel, or maybe is a juniper berry in here as well, and a hint of andolicness, which is coming from the white florals in here, plus a little bit of tropical feel to it from the pineapple and the ylang ylang. And a hint of earthiness overall to it. So you can tell this is a complex fragrance. If I want to describe it from beginning to end, it's just layers and layers and layers, and many, many facets to this fragrance. And that is the beauty of this fragrance, that is super complex, but in the same time is very palatable, is very gorgeous, is very pretty. If you know what you're getting to, maybe you can blind buy it, but I don't recommend it if you don't know what you're getting into, because for some people this could be the best perfume ever existed. For some people it could be like, what the heck are you talking about? Okay, so it's one of those polarizing perfume. To me, it's a gorgeous fragrance, 10 out of 10 from beginning to end, but not everybody's cup of tea, so you should know what you're getting into. But overall, I give it 2 thumbs up. Yes, 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 absolutely, highly, highly recommend it, especially for the price you can find it these days in United Kingdom. Is a bargain of the century. What if you want to know what the proper old school 1920s and 30s perfume smells like, but in the best way possible, in the highest quality possible, this is it. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes, I'm perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. There are 20 of them in my lineup, and they are all beautiful and all completely different from each other. It's just 180 degrees in terms of differences, and they are the highest quality perfume you can get for the price you're paying, because I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and that gives them the huge personality, very big, bold, and very long lasting. They are like time capsule. They take in different places, different time, and they are very artistic and unique, and they are super beast mode. If you're interested, I leave them in the link as well, and also some other reviews reviewed my perfumes. You can go and check them out as well. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you very much for love and support, and I see you later. Bye bye bye.